here. Headache. I'm in a horrible mood. Not great to stream, but I'm hoping it cheers me up. So yeah. Fair warning. Yeah, we are streaming hopefully something that is not going to kill my brain today. And hello Raina, congratulations on your 150 Chivos. You hit a milestone, you have unlocked more tokens. Welcome in also to Sir Khalid, and Havor, and Leaky, and Alpesh, and Hara. And anyone else who is lurking. We are playing Case Solved London Files. We are going to solve the cases. This is an ID at Xbox game, so thank you very much to ID at Xbox for the code for this one. This one came out recently, 29th of July 2026. So that was like 2-3 weeks ago. Published and developed by Minimal Games. It's also available on mobile, Steam, PlayStation, and Switch. Price-wise on Xbox, which is what we're playing on today, it's $9.99 or £9.19. Off how? Like, is there a buzz or do I just sound weird? Because, you know, I already said I'm in a mood. A cozy noir puzzle game where you must investigate the dark underbelly of London. Murders have taken place, witness statements conflict, and alibis aren't adding up. Everyone has a motive, only logic reveals the truth. There are 15 achievements, they are all obtainable. And yeah, I think there's like 42 cases or something. We won't do all of those today, but there is a cat, so that makes me happy. So yeah, let me launch, and then I can switch over and move the mic out of the way. But yeah, anyway. See where we are at. Not swapping. Yeah, well that's useful. Ooh, okay. I think medium's actually quite fine. Cutscenes. Gibberish. We can have gibberish. That's fine. It's classified. Oh, okay. Right, well I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play. Case 1. Fatal Chord. An American musician was found dead in a Soho alley in London. He had just finished performing at a local pub. His body bears signs of strangulation with thin metal wire, most likely taken from his own instrument. Nothing appears to be missing, suggesting robbery was not the motive. Cool. I'm hoping this is good. I like detective things. Okay. Not in London without the rain, and not London without the rain and the murders. What have we got here, officer? A musician strangled, an instrument strain. How awful! Finding a luthier in London isn't easy. What are the suspects? The pub manager, my own establishment. The drummer. You sure he's dead? He's always so dramatic and a fan of the band. I think it's okay to ask for an autograph. I'm going to turn off the gibberish because. Oh, okay. If there's any good news, it's the funeral. Already has an audience guaranteed. On to the investigation. Turning off the gibberish. Because it's just annoying. I'm not going to do voices. Okay. Clues, hints, evidence list. Okay. Okay. The drama. Yeah, the lights flickered. Quite macabre. So by the early entrance. Figure it out, mate. Interact with the evidence to collect the clue. London, where even the lanterns are pressed. Okay. We found clues. My violin is rather suspicious. It's far too quiet. Meow, detective. Near the rats having tea. What? The rats are having tea in the alley? It's quite funny. That cone looks awfully suspicious. What if it did it? Over by the crossroads, where the guilty cones love to hide. Works for me, case closed. Well, I don't think the cone is actually suspicious. My deductions. I don't actually know what it just said then. My deduction, something. Great. Get me in, as long as you order something. That cat peed on the jukebox and the playlist got better. See a cat. Found a hint. Well, apparently the cat is the hint. Hey, kitty, kitty. Murderer? Let's pat the cat first. Perfect clue. In sleep hearing, I'm not surprised. Is that Inspector Gadget? No, it is not. Ah, there's the violin. I could play for the suspects, but I don't think torture is permitted. Evidence collected. Shall we connect dots on the deduction board? Yes. Okay, suspect 2 is not motivated by money. Suspect 3 had jealousy. And suspect 2 had jealousy as a drummer. The suspect 2 had obsession is not the manager. Suspect 1 is the manager and suspect 2 is the fan. Confirm. It's the old joke, a greedy manager and obsessed fan and a jealous drummer walk into a pub and one of them walks out the murderer. I swear I could still hear the violin playing. Have you tried taking your earpiece off? Oh, right. Enough nonsense. We'll chase the truth until someone hits a wrong note. Congratulations, stage 1 complete. Suspects and motives identified. Elementary. But we still have a long way to go to find the real culprit. Okay, this is fine. I just need to stop clicking through the thingamajigs. 3 suspects look guilty, so now what, detective? The next step is to build a complete timeline. Okay, it all started 14 billion years ago with the Big Bang. Anyone else got the theme tune from Big Bang Theory stuck in their head? Not quite that complete. We need to know who was where and what they're fiddling with. It won't be easy. The truth is like bad tea, my dear. Hard to swallow. Is the audio okay now, or is it still weird? I'm down a tiny bit. Okay. Right. No, he was more into smoking than playing, kept asking for matches. Try the bar. Do I look like an information desk? Three matches. On one hand they got nothing, on the other they never light either. There should be a cat, right? If there's a hint somewhere. If cats are hints. Oh, yep. There we go. Found a hint. Could find a fresh lead. Okay, that was weird. That cat is judging me. I can. The dead fella could actually play guitar, mind you. Yeah, the band didn't muck it all up. It should be on stage. Idiom. It's me. How are you doing? Missing string. You like the prominent acoustic. Jeff left it on the table along with my dignity. Poor thing, I cried so much into it. It's beautiful. Occasion table, but I'm... Oh. But it looks like this is... But I can't. I didn't even give me an autograph. Selfish. This is going to take long. I've got alcoholics waiting for me. Why did it look like... Ah, it was under the table. That was why I couldn't see it. Fatal red lipstick. Only thing more macabre than the name is the work to clean the stain. Evidence collected. Yes. Okay. The manager was not playing. The fan was seen singing. The drummer was on the stage. The suspect who was playing had the instruments. The suspect who was talking had the notebook and was not on the dance floor. At least these are easier, you know, thingy-majiggies. Mr. Cool Nurse. She says the victim was happy. The fans swear he's crying and the drummer wasn't any hope at all. I guess we'll be calling and laughing at the same time. To see you're not married, but in this particular case, someone's lying, and I recommend you stay suspicious and cynical. With each one story, I can sketch a first timeline, but suspects' accounts are more mangled than traffic in Mumbai. Fatal chord, stage 3. For now, we've only got this pile of statements, but statements aren't facts. Wish we had photos of the whole event, full of detail and dramatic angles. Well, these do. Long live the tabloid press. My photos, the pinnacle of journalism. Cat is photogenic, huh? Anyone here, by the way? I wonder if he belongs to someone famous. He's got the look. Got the look. When I went to the motorcycle, it still smells like him. By the window to watch him breathe. That's just creepy, mate. One more terrible crime parked in a no parking zone. What have I found on the floor besides chewing gum? I came over here making friends with the abled. By the door, at least it didn't judge me. Double the beer? I know plenty of people who killed for that. You're gonna arrest someone or just keep chatting? Over there, that manhole must be a clue, or a rat. It's a manhole on the road. Are you really a detective? Murder is one thing, but tossing evidence down the manhole, that's just rude. Parazzo was in the alley, photographing. The suspects in the alley had a guest list or clients as an alibi. The manager was neither talking nor waiting, so he was working. The suspect who was waiting did not mention clients. Fans said they were not in the pub. The manager was seen at the entrance. The suspect who was in the pub claimed the promoter could confirm they were talking. Okay. The fan's not in the pub, so it must be backstage. The drummer was then at therefore in the pub. The suspect who was waiting yet. The fans said they were in the pub. Okay, the manager was in. The suspect was in the pub, claimed they were talking. And a promoter could confirm they were talking. And the suspect was waiting, did not mention clients. Guest list or clients, so editor. So guest list and then clients. The stories are more tangled than traffic in Mumbai. Did you confirm the photos are actually useful to us? Got them right here, detective. Paparazzi is the alley entrance when the show ended. Excellent. Now we'll find out which alibis are true, and I'll get to update my feed. Congratulations, stage 3 complete. We confirmed the paparazzi was at the scene of the crime. Now we'll be able to tell which alibis really hold up. Stage 4. Stories don't seem to match the photos. Question is, who's lying, the people or the photos? Probably the people, right? Experiments like this should show me make an excellent detective one day. Let's catch those lies the way a wet child catches a cold. Okay. It matches, right? Okay, the matches again. Did overall, did the killer buy out this entire pub's matchable 2 stock? Hard to read a clock like that, huh? Especially a stopped one. Stopped at 12:17. You know what they say about a stop clock, right? It needs fixing. Now on top of the bar again. Creepy stuff. Reckon the matches killed him. Mysterious begging to be photographed. Can you escape my lenses or no? Oh, I'm wearing mismatched socks. Cat. Yes, we've got cameras. I'm professional and paranoid. Let's hope the footage is in 144p, 14.4p to keep the mystery alive. $144? How'd you actually say that one? Crime or no crime, we can't close at 11. Wet floor must have been my tears. Oh, God. Yeah. Looks like something. Looks like the cleaners. I almost slipped on the stairs thinking of him. I only fall into the band's arms, right? Maybe this helps you. Won't hurt anyway. Evidence collected. Okay. Whoever's record as the source has an absent status. Any confirmed status must be supported by strong evidence. The footage validates confirmed status of the manager. Any confirmed status must be supported by strong evidence. The guest list was not found. The police validated calls to the editor. As a source, calls cannot sustain weak or unstable support. Either whoever has calls as the source has partial status, or whoever has record as a source has reasonable support. Whoever has the valid status... Oh my god, this is when it starts getting complicated. Okay. Guest lists... Alright, guest list was not found. Its status is absent. I didn't realise there was... that was there. Right, okay. Anyone has record as a source, it's an absent status, so that must be record. You had to take notes. I mean, yeah. The police validated calls to the editor. I guess that's got to be partial then. As a source, calls cannot support weak or unstable. Whoever has calls has partial, or whoever has record has reasonable. Okay, so Whoever has invalid status. Ah, no, no, no. I was trying to get out of the thing. Okay, so witness invalid. Must have weak. So that's unstable. Right. Okay. But yeah. I could do notes. I could just wing it. The Yard is asking for a report on the case detective, and they want the Spice Girls to reunite. We've got so much evidence, but it doesn't fit together. It's worse than a Swedish furniture manual. Last time I assembled my wardrobe upside down. What if we look at the evidence from another angle? I mean, if you can't follow IKEA instructions, then, you know. That's it. That stain, for instance. Isn't it just spin juice mixed with drunk vomit? Ew, no, it's a mud trail. The victim was dragged. Which of the suspects could pull that off? That's the point. We've got trouble. Double trouble. Call forensics. Congratulations. Stage 4 complete. Not every alibi survived the confrontation with photos, and a fresh piece of physical evidence is prompted on the forensic request. Fatal chord. Stage 5. Forensics confirmed it. The crime had 2 perpetrators. Thought it was a solo, but it was a duet made up of which members? If I killed every deadbeat in here, I'd be a serial killer by now. Since when is it a crime to follow every step of a person? Name me one band where the musicians don't curse or punch each other now and then. What do you gain by killing him? An exclusive on the first crime scene photos? Come to think of it. Time to find out who orchestrated this deadly symphony. Okay, but first cat. And that bicycle, doesn't it look like evidence? Please work. A wicker basket, criminally cute. That leaning on the window, great film, by the way. Swap a snapper shot, just in case it was the murder weapon. Good where someone tossed the bill into the manhole. Sewer again, an unpaid bill this time. Besides being a deadbeat, he's a pig. The crossroads, that's what causes flooding, you know. Don't want rubbish, better fish it out. Wasn't there a killer car? What if it's a killer motorcycle? The only thing more dangerous than a murderer is that old tyre. That one parked on the road, rather suspicious. If they're holding auditions for band, they could try out, you know. Bet the killer made his getaway by bus. Bus? Bus? Really? Crime is punctual. Public transport? Not so much. If it'd been me, I'd have bolted it from the bus stop, but it wasn't me. Battle Royale! And 10% chaos, oh dear. Take it easy, you think someone had died? Oh, right. I will hydrate. There. Smell the paperwork. Oh, I burnt my tongue. Thank you for the stretch. Oh, what am I today? Health and... Yeah, no. I am exhausted. Really? Okay. Well, I'd like to see some of this famed chaos. I'm absolutely whacked. It's a very long day. Very, very, very long day yesterday. And I woke up tired again. The fan's declaration is never. Whoever has a doubtful condition does not have a never or not on. The inconsistent suspect is not the perpetrator. Who has a confirmed alibi is innocent. Confirmed guilt is negative. Condition innocent. Roll. Oh no, yeah. The inconsistent suspect is not the perpetrator. Paparazzo had that oh god, okay, so Paparazzo had that alibi validated, so they considered exempt. has never, as their declaration is inconsistent. The compromised suspect has impossible as their declaration. Okay. Doubtful. Compromised. Impossible. Not at all. Is the manager exempt or are they the witness? The inconsistent one is not, so perpetrator and accomplice. Wait, no. I've got something wrong. Does not have a never. Oh. Alright, there we go. Not at all, never, improbable, negative. That's just really weird. But they're all green now, so... Drummond the Fan, who would have guessed? Jealousy and Obsession. Sounds like the title of a bad soap opera. Compared to some of that band's songs, this wasn't even their biggest crime. True, my dear. The music industry really is murder. End of tour for Killer Duo. We solved. Congratulations, stage 5 complete. Fatal chord. Case closed, 2 out of sync hearts. But decided to harmonise by committing murder. Tragic. Alright. Solved. Bilious. Alright, case 2. During the final rehearsal before opening night, the lead actress collapsed dead on stage, but signs of tension backstage suggest that sudden death most likely conceals a crime. She is a fine actress. Crying on stage is easy, but literally dying, few can manage that. Another of London's thwarted theatres, maybe? Sergeant? Enough platitudes, detective. Have you any idea how much public and private money was poured into this place? No, but I've always wanted to know how much. A lot, probably, I think. And let's start with the time of death. British tea goes cold quickly. My point is, do your job. The yard expects a culprit before 5 o'clock tea. I think we can manage that in like 10 minutes, maybe. The stage may shine, Sergeant, but the truth tends to wait in the dressing room. Collection? Ah, fake genre. Save the poetry for the plot, detective. Now gather the data, tell me who, was, where, and why. Versions don't line. First I'll fix them in, then the culprit. And desserts. It's not bad. Your first evaluation in this case begins and ends in the final part of rehearsal, detective. The yard expects precision, not theories. Okay. First, cat. Ooh, cat? Cat! I found a hint. I'm not going to use it, but I found a hint. She seemed different. I can't say. The spotlight blinded me. Okay, which one? Spotlight. If that spotlight flickered at the wrong moment, half the cat gained an alibi. 60% chaos? Not bad. That one on the mezzanine, the stage hand's doing, no doubt. The real drama is memorising the whole play in 24 hours. Music and rhythm! Okay. I've seen people who did worse than those gloves. Oh god, I don't know what that said. And she left them on the floor. She must have been shattered. I'm innocent. Oh, well, that's what the guilty would say, isn't it? My clipboard on the stage. No will to live, though. Plenty of notes on the lighting, nothing on the crime. Disappointing. She was utterly lost. Which is the worst than children, I tell you. But that's all. I've got an underpaid job to finish. Look at that roll of teep dumped on the floor. Amateurs. Oh, I found a ticket though. Row 2. Oh, I need to... The game does a thing where it, you know... Roll of tape on the floor. Roll of tape. If there's a single fingerprint on this, I'll retire. No one is amateurish. Her? She didn't leave her mark even to die. Our tragedy cannot delay our tragedy. Interesting, I found a ticket, but don't know whether that's going to be something he mentions. While you philosophize, I investigate. Okay. Alright, anyway. The stagehand said the victim was confused and unstable. Either the understudy indicated that the victim was confused, or she indicated that the victim was strange. The musician said the victim seemed tired. Feel you there. Oh, wait, no. Musician? That's not the musician. I'm tired. Neither the director nor the stagehand said the victim was healthy. Whereas the victim was tired, saw her panting. Whereas the victim's rehearsal was normal, said her dance was stable. If the understudy didn't see the victim tired, then she also didn't see the victim pale. Whoever assigned confused to the rehearsal assigned tense to the monologue. Whoever said the victim was weak in the monologue said she was silent in the finale. So, either the director believes the victim was weak and exhausted, or that she was strong and suffered a collapse. Okay, well then that can't be right then. Okay, so this one is weak. That she was silent. Weak and exhausted, so that can't be right, so that has to be strong and collapse, so that one is exhausted. Check everything's the right colour. The stage may shine silent, but the truth tends to wait in the dressing room. Save the parachief for the report, detective. What have you found? We have 4 suspects. The director. She was the only one who did things properly. The musician. The more I talk, the more I understand silence. The stagehand. Real crime is what they pay us to work here. The understudy. I'd imagined her out of the play hundreds of times. Dead? Never. The presentation in this reminds you of... Yes. A little bit, yeah. It's giving me those, you know, graphs, you know, the sort of the little thingies where you get the grid and you have to go, like, well, the apple is next to the banana and the murder suspect ate pineapple for breakfast, what have you. This is a better way of laying it out, and it tells... Oh, okay. Erin says something about how the victim was... Blah, blah, blah. It needs to stop so I can read stuff. And then I don't keep accidentally pressing A in the wrong place. But yeah, anyway. The play's last act was also the actress's last act, but the statements still conceal a great many contradictions. The stage shows the trick, backstage explains the hand. Forget the stage, the opportunity was backstage. Map everyone's path, who approached the wardrobe when. If the collapse was in the last act, the cause went on stage with her. Okay. Ooh, ball mask. Oh, for crying out loud. Not really being impatient, just, you know, no rabbits, they don't make missions like they used to. I'm not trying to be impatient, it's just, you know, you click and something comes up and then you click and it's just like... Cat. Oh, we had the same face size. Convenient. The folding screen hides secrets and used long johns. Now that I'm in the lead, I must save my voice. Oh, rubber tea. No. Top hat, on costume rack. This is why I never take holidays. The real mystery is who dumped that top hat there. Enough, I need my anxiety pills. This is stranger than a satisfied director. What is? I found clues. Comedy's the genre. Our health plan is the punchline. Ah, what was that? The mask is smiling. Clearly it doesn't work here. Either someone moved the mask or my brain has handed in its notice. Nobody fancies pestering my boss, do they? See if this helps. It can hardly make things worse. The director stated he was doing supervision during the rehearsal while the stagehand was doing her preparation. Either the understudy was in the observation or she was in front of the mirror. If someone was doing preparation, they didn't have anxiety, and whoever had anxiety was in waiting. Whoever was doing adjustment can neither have the score nor be in command. Either the one with the costume was in preparation, or the one in silence was in supervision. To suffer from anxiety before the dance. If someone was in waiting and with anxiety, they also showed nervousness. The director didn't have the score, and whoever had the score was in observation. Neither the one doing the tuning nor the one doing the preparation was checking the script. The director didn't have the score, and whoever had the score was in observation. Whoever was doing preparation either had nervousness or was doing adjustment. Okay. Either the understudy was in observation or she was in front of the mirror. Whoever had the score was in observation, so she was in front of the mirror. Whoever was doing adjustment can neither have the score nor be in command. So I had a tool. Either the one with the costume was in preparation, or the one in silence was in supervision. The director didn't have the score, and whoever had the score was in observation. There we go. For her to die like that, there are only two possibilities. Poison or remarkably acid theatre review, and there were no critics about. Poisoned, even for murder they won't give up the drama. Question that remains, who? And when, and where, and how, and why? There's a lot of questions. That's like 5 questions. Focus detective, what's the next step? The poison didn't buy its own ticket, we need to find out who was moving about backstage. Congratulations, stage 2 complete. From this, I reached 2 conclusions. The victim was poisoned, and poison is rather bad for the health. You didn't know that already? Last act, stage 3. The stagehand's routine is our fixed point, but these footprints and this briefcase, they aren't his. These marks aren't his, and the corridor was restricted. Who else had access? Unrestricted access. That points to a master key. And who owned it? The producer, he was last seen in a test conversation with the victim shortly before the last act. Okay. Opera glasses. Nothing else offers the power to judge others from such a comfortable distance. Oh, by any other name should smell so sweet. Finally, something dead that doesn't trouble the police. Alright, just send a quick text to me, Mum. Okay, right. Sorry. Hang on, there's something here. A walking stick. Walking cane. All that's missing is a knuckle and a moustache to complete the suspect. Okay, now I will talk to people. Lovely Rose. Who are you, isn't it? Worth every penny. We might read the rose for the funeral, might we? Of course, ask for anything you like through my solicitor. A cane is usually part of a villain's costume, you know. A cane by the pillar, as lost as the cast. So we've to play to rehearse statements, have we? Here, detective, more paperwork for your collection. Cover looks innocent, like me. I thought I clicked on that. Not the right place. Excuse me for yawning. 1, 2, testing, testing. Like the guilty party come up on stage and confess. From the balcony, the microphone poisoned no one. Excuse me, the instruments won't tune themselves. How am I to criticize the cows without my binoculars? They must be on the mezzanine along with my sanity. One more day like this and I'll take up smoking. Yeah, it's quite fun. I mean, you know, hopefully everyone's enjoying it. And once again, I've moved your work along. Things don't stay up on screen long enough to read them, or they stay up and then I accidentally click through it. It's really weird. So stagehand pulled the wings, storage boxes, balcony flashlights, corridor tool. That's already filled in. Suspect 5 is neither spied nor observed in the wings and left no traces on the balcony. No step traces on the balcony. Whoever chatted in the wings left footprints in the corridor. The footprints of the corridor were either the directors or suspect 5. The march in the corridor went to the storage room to smoke or chat. Whoever left the briefcase in the corridor went to the balcony to arrange the benches and observed in the wings. The understudy didn't leave the briefcase nor footprints in the corridor. The understudy was in the storage room changing the costume. Okay, suspect 5 was seen in the storage room. The marked corridor were left by the same suspect who rested in the wings. He didn't go to smoke, so he went to check. So the musician went to smoke. Bad habit, especially as a musician. Who left the marks in the corridor were neither the director nor the suspect. The musician went to the balcony to help with the bulbs. Okay. Okay, so neither spied nor observed storm. Whoever chatted in the wings, the footprints, okay. Okay, went to smoke or check. Marks in the car, okay. Alright, went to arrange the... Okay. The understudy didn't leave the briefcase nor the footprints. Okay, so they must have left the script. Okay, right. The marks in the corridor were left by the suspect that rested in the wings. Who left marks in the corridor was neither directly nor the suspect. Okay. Same suspect who rested in wings. Right, excellent. Whoever chatted in the wings left footprints in the corridor. The footprints in the corridor were either... Okay, that doesn't help. Okay. Whoever left a briefcase in the corridor went to the balcony to arrange the benches. Okay. And observed in the wings. Footprints and chatted. Spied. Curtains. Okay, let's just check everything is green. Alright. I'm enjoying this. It's cheering me up. Or it's settling my brain out. This troop slips about backstage so much MI6 could take lessons. Not to mention the great detective warfare interactive theatre. Do you find anything useful? Briefcase, footprint in a restricted area. Anything better would be a note saying it was me. Before you start to interrogate the ghosts, does any of the suspects have a master key? Producer has also seen an intense conversation with the victim. Hardly suspicious, eh? Quite the contrary, very suspicious, but it means nothing unless we wrap out everyone's motives. Congratulations, stage 3 complete. After being seen in restricted areas and speaking with the victims, the producer was identified as the fifth suspect. Stage 4. I'm really enjoying this. I don't know why, it's just tickling whatever I needed to be tickled in my brain to cheer me up. When the stage shines, the contracts cast shadows, Sergeant. Follow the money detective, whose life improves with her death, understudy, and whose crumbles if a secret comes to light. Money and secrets. It's the combination that signs most rewards. Continue. Okay, cat. First thing is cat. We have a fan. Oops. Don't know what he said, but there's something about a fan. Doesn't always pop up. I've seen allies more threadbare than this one. By deduction, if this lands someone, it'll be a frightful mess. Seen the fan, a weapon of choice for killing reputations. Nothing, I just found it odd there, dumped by the wall. I'll go and chat with the piano, it never interrogates me. I'd love to chat, but the lamp, it's crying to help. The one I tried to click on because it was dark and it wouldn't acknowledge. No, apparently that one, which is just weird. Oh. Alright. Pop up consistently. At least give me a chance to read it. Fancy this bit of gossip? I'm sacking the electrician. Worse than death, only the paperwork that comes with it. Okay, that was dire. Left a paint roller rag about. Honestly. Right past the stairs with a hoping to kill someone else. After a gossip, talks to the journalist. Seeing the paint tin has been left down the corridor. Lover, relative, I don't know. something past this point. Don't know where my head is today. Only her favourites got past the partition. I did try and click on that. Separating nothing from nothing at all. I'm making a splendid job of it. Was I one of the VIPs? Obviously, trust me. My agent says it's important to look innocent. It does make you sound innocent. While you were nattering, I found this. Deduction board. Okay, the director was not the victim's nephew and was using blackmail. Whoever's adjusting the light does not have an insurance policy. The musician was tuning his instrument. Oh no. Either the musician was the lover or the stagehand was the colleague. Okay. The rival will claim the star. It's got to be the rival. Right. The victim's lover was checking the script and the nephew has nothing as a secret. The insurance policy belongs to the director or the producer. The victim's nephew will receive inheritance and whoever has MV was checking props. The producer was the victim's agent and the understudy was a rival. I figured out the understudy was a rival. It was really obvious. Either the stagehand is ill or the understudy has nothing as a secret. I hope the stagehand is ill. Whoever had an affair also had the insurance policy. Neither the stagehand nor the musician has a settlement of the debt with the victim. Okay. Okay, let's start at the beginning. The victim was not the nephew, lover or colleague. Whoever was adjusting the lights. Either the musician was the lover or the stagehand was the colleague. But not both. The victim's lover was checking the script and the nephew has nothing as a secret. Insurance, the victim's nephew will receive an inheritance. Whoever's MV was checking props. I mean, rival, envy, and props make sense there. Either the stagehand is ill or the understudy has nothing as a secret. So the stagehand is ill? Whoever had fair had the insurance policy. Neither the stagehand nor the musician has the settlement. The victim's lover was checking the scripts and the nephew has nothing as a secret, so that means the musician is the nephew. Victim's nephew will receive an inheritance. Whoever's envy was checking props. The victim's lover was checking the script, and the nephew has nothing as a secret. Whoever's adjusting the light does not have an insurance policy. Oh, no, I don't want to reset. Either the musician was the lover or the stagehand was the colleague, which means the director was the lover. Ew. The victim's lover was checking the script, so that leaves bills. So, Detective, which of them stands to gain from the actress's death? Unfortunately, all of them. Maybe even you and I, Sergeant. So, all of this was for nothing, then? Hunger isn't enough. One needs the will to eat and the knife walk in hand. I need more conclusions and fewer riddles, Detective. They're a theatre company, aren't they? Then it's time to restage the crime. Yay! Reenactment time! The pieces have been put together. Now all that remains is to cross the motives and the secrets. Biggest opportunity. Act. Final reenactment. Tainted water, restricted access, 5-minute window. And anyone with a key record a presence and a financial secret that would die with her. The producer, the hand that entered the dressing room before the last act. The accusation holds. Close the case, Detective. Closed. The policy was worth more than the last act. Your method, it worked. Now the report. Auntie adored zebras. There's a zebra? Oh, there is actually. Black and white stripes like the uniform the culprit would be wearing in prison. Cat. Shouldn't be here, and I should shut my mouth. Arrest me or don't. Just don't leave me in suspense. Tea. Tea from it? May very well be poisoned, but as an Englishman, I can never refuse a cup of tea. Found clues. Trilby. A fedora. Oh, fedora. Seems we have a fashion victim around here as well. The hat is on the rack. The monkey is on the branch. The plume de ma tante est sur la table. She died. I'll let the tea go cold. Rude. On the side table, shouldn't no one else drink it? If I'm to play a guilty one, I'm charging a fee. There's a blind spot in the mirror. Perfect for cowards. Who's this suspicious fellow staring back at me? Oh, that's me. She was at the vanity, massaging her own ego. I'll be off before I become a second investigation. Is it just me, or is that mask judging me? Probably. I say this was the very face a critic made when he saw the play's rehearsals. On the vanity and like an omen. My crying was loving the theatre too much, and the leading lady. Cost you for a murderer, doesn't it? Do as well with Cinderella. That was if the hat fits, guilty. That's harder than shoes. Made my contributions. What are you waiting for? I don't know. I mean, you want clues, but. That's the last time I help you today, detective. But I don't know whether that's like on purpose. It just gives me like 7 clues. Or I'm supposed to be doing stuff. Maybe I'm not supposed to click on them. You're still awake. Okay. Either the producer has the missing alibi or the musician has the missing alibi. The understudy would have been opportunistic. The musician would have been improvised. Whereas the contradictory alibi does not have the occasional opportunity, then they have access. Either the director or the producer has the premeditated method, and neither of them has partial or innocent. Neither the musician nor the understudy had the contradictory alibi. The stagehand has an exempt role and a confirmed alibi. If the one with the missing alibi doesn't have access, then they have the full opportunity. Neither the understudy has the partial alibi, nor the stagehand has the occasional opportunity. Whereas the denied alibi has had improvised or occasional. Whoever has access has the premeditated method. If the stagehand has premeditated, then they had the easy opportunity. If the stagehand is indirect, then they have the restricted opportunity. The role of whoever has a technical method was none. Whoever the improvised method witnessed. Okay. Okay. And contradictory occasion. Okay, so the director, producer, neither of them had innocent. That means that the understudy is innocent. Oh. Neither the magician nor the musician or the understudy had contradictory. So they move partial. Okay. Oh, with the basic yellow doesn't have access. They have full opportunity. The understudy has partial. Nor the stagehand the occasional. No, I don't want to reset it. Whereas the denied alibi has improvised or occasional. Whereas access does not have premeditated. The stagehand has premeditated, and they have the easy opportunity. The stagehand is indirect, and they have the restricted. Okay, the roller was technical was none. Okay, now we've gotten so many options and no 100%. We've done all the 100% solutions. So, either producer or the musician has missing. No, I don't want to reset the damn thing. Phoenix, how you doing? The contradictory was either director or producer. X, you're tired and grumpy. My feeling exactly. I said very tired and very grumpy. Nice to meet you. And I finally hit the one where it's like, oh no, I'm gonna have to guess things. I'm gonna go with indirect and restricted. Technical. No, okay, so. Oh dear. And the musician's the nephew. The director was having an affair. Come here, relax and turn on. I mean, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have the yawns. Sorry, just distracted. Managed to connect 2 friends and things is happening. Anyway. Oh, Nostalgia Train. Buying all the games strong on your NAS. GOG is great. And you're expanding your Blu-ray jelly, but nice. I have so many games on GOG. I haven't played any of them, but I like having them. Because I can't play my disc versions anymore, so, you know. Nostalgia. At some point, if Steambox ever goes, you know, reasonable price, or, you know, Xbox release a version that lets you play Steam and GOG on Xbox, then I'll be able to do more. But for now, that's not really an option. Plus, I don't have enough time to play all the Xbox games, let alone everything else. Yeah, downloading for offline use. Legit. Alright, okay. Go with technical none and assume that this dude's the perpetrator of now. No, that's not what I meant to do. Missing. Oh. Either the producer has the missing... Okay, so... Right, hang on. Right, not missing then? Okay, so missing alibi has access. That's okay. Alright, fine. Oh, so someplace... Oh, GOG is launching a Linux platform. Yeah, I mean, I have a Windows machine. And I will at some point sort out, because I've still got that USB issue where if it's been turned off, I can't turn it back on for about, 3 hours, which makes it really hard to do updates. And it's going to travel as well, which is also going to be slightly concerning. So, yeah. I need to label all the wires, but I am still concerned that it traveling means that it will end up in York and not work. So streaming would definitely be limited in that situation, especially with the price of everything going up. I don't know how best to... I'll have to have a think about how best to package it. And also whether I take the side off and see if I can give it a dust. Yeah, I mean, Epic as well, I have stuff on there, but it'd just be nice to be able to stream stuff without having to fart around with window capture. And then potentially, maxing out my GPU or what have you. Stop beeping. Upgrading memory on the Steam machine is not easy as SSD. I mean, yeah. I think the problem is that, like, all the parts are ridiculously expensive because AI. Oh my god. I just want the outside to be quiet, and there were kids screaming, there's water dripping out of a pipe and has been for a week, and someone's car alarm keeps going off. Moving up north in about 5 weeks. I'm going to enjoy the quiet. Right, okay, I just put stuff in. So if we say he's missing... contradictory. One with a missing alibi does have access, it has full. The understudy has the partial or occasional. So if improvised doesn't have occasional, oh, whoever has access does not have the premeditated method. Damn. Okay. No, whoever has the contradictory alibi does not have the occasional, then they have access. Right, damn it. Okay. Then it's the producer for the insurance. Okay, stakes! Oh my god, how many? 20. I got all the chaos today, Jesse. I was one heck of a stake. Blink. I mean, fair. Yeah. Oh, it makes me... I don't know. I don't know. It's just... There's always going to be stuff that goes wonky in a move. I'm just hoping it's not like my PC and that it boots after I move. Something doesn't get broken, walls don't get knocked. And then, of course, unpacking stuff and putting stuff up and putting things in the right place and... Anyway. I can't stress about stuff like that. All I can do is hope that it all goes okay. I would just like a stress-free move. I am exhausted, and I just want to go to sleep. And I won't go to sleep yet, because then I'll wake up at stupid o'clock. Okay, right. Well, they're all green, so let's confirm. Splendid. We've narrowed the suspects down from everyone to everyone. But only one of them had motive to spare and a master key that created the perfect opportunity. The producer, poison in one hand, the life insurance policy in the other. It wasn't a crime, it was just a difficult financial decision. I hate to admit it, detective, but your method worked. Best we close the case before someone decides to turn it into a musical. Producer's final act will be in prison. Yeah, don't recommend. Exactly. Pure deduction. Case closed, the producer silenced the victim, protect a personal secret, and profit from an insurance fraud. Did upcast the villain's own story. Boop and a bloop. Flawless logic. Are you a detective or an undercover calculator? I mean... Just a detective. Oh, and another one? Last act. Oh, I thought that was the one I got covered. Still haven't received a standing ovation. Then... Pure deduction. You prints officially too large for standard hats. Maybe that's like no hint. Last act is the name of the thing. Flawless logic. So no mistakes. Fatal chord. That was the thing there. Feline pursuit. Obviously got however many hats. Elementary. Here, kitty. Okay. Case 3. Stolen time. At Big Ben, the master clockmaker was found unconscious on the very night every clock stopped at once. What lies behind the mystery? Human error, conspiracy, something supernatural? What is Scotland Yard to find the answer? All my years of a detective, I've seen every kind of victim, but time? That first. Spare me the poetry, detective. The tower clock stopped, that's all. They called in Scotland Yard and had a repairman. What did the cameras catch? Nothing, they froze at the very same moment. 0:17. 0 hours, 17 minutes. AI grows more human by the day. Now even the machines have gone on break. Far too early for your nonsense, detective. Human error, sabotage, or something more sinister. Oh, sinister is always good, but first I need to know what each of them saw when Big Ben stopped. Sergeant, the summary, the technician swears the logs were deleted. The guard says she saw time move backwards. A national symbol has stopped, detective. The yard wants answers, not riddles. Pressure's at a breaking point. Pressure helps to focus. Officer, it's good to see you again. The officer was first to arrive. The injured clockmaker is her uncle. She has a place on this team. He's stable, detective, but he wasn't just attacked. My uncle would say the clock was desecrated. Time stopped at 0 hours 17. That's not an error, it's a message. Message? Good point, detective. You off today? Time ended the minute my uncle was attacked, detective. My place is here until we find out who did it. Well, go back to duty. Stay in the control room. I trust your instinct. Got a torch. Same light that reveals can also blind. But this one's called flat. Cat! Fuck it. Empty, like the pay rise of Scotland Yard keeps promising me. Evidence with a complimentary sandwich. Best case clear. Don't eat someone's lunch. Someone tried to clean something up. Their own guilty conscience, perhaps? There's a bucket, but no leak anywhere. Suspicious. What if it was left by the stairs for someone to trip over? I need more clues, and tea and biscuits. It went dark and I grabbed the torch, or did I just blink? Oh no, I don't know in the dark. Everyone looks suspicious. Did I do something? No, I did everything right, didn't I? What? The tools will check out. He doesn't. Something wrong isn't right. I'll interrogate my spreadsheets. Coffee, please. Dear crime is a mop out of place now. This. Quite right. Have I dumped this in the machinery? Sorry, it's just that I'm the one who gets told off. The clock stopped. We didn't. See if this helps. The guard heard a scream, and the technician noticed the glitches on the camera. The officer responded to the distress. What's wrong? No, I don't want to reset. Distress. The clockmaker does not have sabotage theory. The apprentice did not trigger the emergency. And noticed the latch in the clocks. Whoever found the clockmaker fallen has the theory of mechanical failure. Whoever responded to the distress did not think the cameras were obstructed. Oh, doesn't think the cameras were obstructed. Damn it. The guard did not record the time and also never touched the clocks. Whoever saw the inverted hands does not have the sabotage theory and thinks the cameras were broken. Whereas the criminal theory recorded the time, and whoever touched the clocks did not find clockmaker fallen. Either the guard has a sabotage theory or the officer has a criminal theory. Okay, not obstructed, so must be disabled. Okay. Not sabotage. This one has to have sabotage there. Okay, and they're all green. Confirm. You're still awake at 3 AM. Also, hi BX. Oh, also, congratulations on your 100 Chivos. Technician swears the lock white, but it was hackers. It was an automatic update. The guard, meanwhile, said the time went backwards, like a moonwalk, you know. The apprentice dreads telling off from the boss. And there goes my dream of retiring. And the officer, wait, I know this one. I dropped my death and came running. The clockmaker is my uncle. So therefore not a suspect. You're a light sleeper because footsteps. Ah, damn it. Everything better as a family affair, been a crime, and how is he? Stable detective, one that's been nagging me. 017 is in there, it's a message. True, you know who'd make a fine witness? But time, but he seldom testify. The yard wants answers, not riddles. There's a national landmark at a standstill. To work, detective. I'm not a light sleeper. I could sleep through a lot of stuff. Sometimes I am a light sleeper, but only in certain modes. At the moment, I'm just exhausted. Conflicting accounts and observed theories that someone attacked the clockmaker and tampered with time itself. Stolen time, stage 2. I think we'll finish this one off and end the stream. The last minute remains at the centre of everything. The guard insists I went back, but nothing here smells like a miracle. Stopped clocks, blind cameras, mute systems. I agree, it's not supernatural, it's sabotage. Detective, the system was accessed remotely 1 minute before the incident. Admin access using the technician's credentials, but he swears he was in the tower. Your dad has come downstairs mornings at 5:30 to reset his 3D printing every time. Tell him to. Certainly not at 5 in the morning if it's going to wake you up. That's just rude. Someone used his identity to create a ghost in the machine. Time didn't go back. Someone made it disappear. Has Jesse slept through Link to the Past before? Lubricating oil. Fitting for such a slippery criminal. Yes, but it doesn't matter if you can hear him whatever. No, trying to be quiet after you've been saying that, it's just, that feels very defensive. I found a spanner. A versatile, splendid for tightening bolts or settling arguments the hard way. Just found a crowbar. Such a cliche must come standards than my first crime kit. If the interrogation gets too heated, at least I know what to reach for. And the good thing about the clock stopped is that the bell stopped ringing too. Perhaps if the bell rings, my uncle will wake up. It's a plan. I never said it was a good one. I'll pretend I said nothing. And apart from the extinguisher, how about it? I grab it off the there, use it once, pop back. No, right, best not. I've tried owning them, but these gears complain about everything. Did I use too little oil or too much? Can you tell my boss I did nothing wrong? Only if it's true? Crowbar, Swiss Army knife of bad ideas. There, look, pretending to be a decoration. Really pretending very well. Who guards the guard? You do. Being updated, my software is offended. And is giving tools away option? No, I'm far too busy being in denial. Denial. It's not just a place in Egypt. Or a river in Egypt. And again, we're left with like 6 things, and we're going to ask this guy, but it's like, are we supposed to find them elsewhere? It's a pleasure doing a job for you. Is this like the cheaty thing that just fills the evidence, or am I just doing something wrong? I don't know. The cameras show the guard leaving the tower and the officer arriving. Neither whoever was in the tower nor who was in the restroom assisted the victim. The officer was not in the tower and not in the restroom. Whoever was seen leaving the tower or arriving at the footage could not be in the restroom. Okay. First of all, the technician checked the panel, and this location was control room. So the restroom was the apprentice. They were in the patrol car and tower. Okay. And then neither whoever was in the tower nor whoever was in the restroom assisted the victim. So we knew that they assisted the victim there. The apprentice neither gave the alert nor assisted the victim. Whoever has the reports noted that the logs were gone. Whoever searched for the tools had a strange noise. And whoever gave the alert does not have the reports. Either whoever checked the panel has the reports, or whoever is in the tower has the reports. The reports noticed the logs were gone. The officer did not see the clock rewind and does not have the reports. Whoever checked the panel noticed the logs were gone, or whoever saw the clock rewind noticed the logs were gone. Okay. Clock stopped, cameras blind, system silent. I know what you're thinking. It's not supernatural. It's the guy probably only moments ago, and they never lie. It was sabotage. Of course. And did they happen to mention who was responsible? I didn't see the last bit. By our reckoning, the system was accessed remotely. It could only have been the technician. Or someone used his identity. Perhaps you do have a ghost after all in the machine. Detective, my uncle's awake. A witness at last. I've nearly learnt to meow well enough to question the cat. I'm nearly out of hydration, but thank you. Cameras didn't fail, they were tampered with. The 0 hour 17 minutes deliberately wiped from every record through an unauthorized remote access. Could be a worm. Detective, the paramedics alerted us. The clockmaker woke up. What's his state and what does he remember? He's out of danger. Memory's confusing, but he's sure of one thing. He didn't see who attacked him. It was from behind and he didn't touch any mechanism before passing out. The target wasn't him. It was the clock. An attack to create extraction. Classic. What to hide what the clock saw. My uncle always says every gear holds a secret. And I need to find out what happened at 017. The assault was just to arrest a witness. I'd measure my own ego, but I'd need a far longer tape. The perfect tool for sweeping this investigation outfit. It's crushing Scotland Yard's pressure to deliver results. Another spanner. Spanner that tightens and loosens the very qualities of a good interrogator. Enigma. To a man who only knows how to use problems, every hammer is a nail. Or something of the sort. Bubbles for a cup. Best sweep up all this mess. I think he likes the shooty more than he likes me. Oh, must go. I have an appointment with Punk. Yeah, software is what you swear at, hardware is what you hammer. And I don't hammer everything, and that doesn't work here. Oh, I don't interrupt my frustration. The device looks more like a medieval torture device. I'm not going anywhere near that table. Oh, I don't know about it. Nobody screws the tighten, including my own. I've made a combination spanner, please, on the table. Time can wait, time cannot. Tape measure, detective, it's a clue, I think, maybe. Where the boxes, I'd fetch it with my back broken against. We're so close to the truth, or more lies. While he philosophize, I investigate. Okay. The officer was off service and was visiting Uncle before crime. The clockmaker noticed that all the clocks were stopped at 17 minutes past midnight. The apprentice was making repairs. The technician checked the camera after the incident. The guard correctly followed the protocol. After the incident, the apprentice was doing adjustments. And the guard was not checking the sensors or doing the overhaul. If whoever was doing the patrol followed the protocol, they never checked the cameras, did the checking. Either whoever did the checking checked the sensors, or whoever did the checking did the adjustments. So, sensors. Whoever did the overhaul neither did the register nor was out of service, and whoever called for help thinks it was supernatural. Whoever was doing analysis did not use tools or call for help. And whoever isolated the area did not do analysis or register. Whoever called for help thinks it was supernatural. The suspect who did the register used the tools, and the suspect who called for help was not visiting Uncle regarding clocks. Either the technician thinks it was supernatural and the guard has didn't understand, or the technician has the didn't understand and the officer has the didn't notice. Clockmaker only cares about time. Tell me you got something out of him. He's out of danger. His memory's muddled, but he remembers one thing clearly. Well, out with it then. He's certain that he never saw who attacked him and he touched nothing before blacking out. That confirms two things. The clock was the target, not him, and he's a dreadful witness. I mean, generally you get hit from behind, you're not a great witness. Because you got hit from behind. And no witness, no record, so what now? Interrogate the clock? My uncle always says every gear keeps a secret. Well, uncle's a few ticks short of the hour. I love it. Let's get them all statements. It doesn't look it, but we're on the right track. Last testimony confirms it. The clockmaker was attacked, but he didn't touch the mechanisms. Manipulating time was the true purpose of the crime. Excuse me. Not the game. Loving the game. I'm just very tired. Let's put the pieces together. The clockmaker didn't touch the mechanism. The logs were released remotely, but the guard swears she saw the hands move backwards. How? Mechanical forensics just called. They found force marks on the main counterweight. It was forced manually in reverse. My uncle explained this to me. Forcing the counterweight in reverse doesn't break the clock. It just makes it breathe backwards, he said. The mechanism repeats the cycle of the previous minute. So that's it. It wasn't a mechanism. Miracle. It was an illusionist trick with gears. The guard didn't lie. She saw exactly what the culprit wanted her to say. Okay. First count. And I can see a bunch of stuff, but I want to see if I can make the clues go different. And the badge. Serious crime for HR to solve. Dropped on the stairs. I could feel the rush from here. I hope it helps you, detective. It made no difference. Oops, I don't know what that said. Something about cigarettes. The badge. The staff badge. Apparently even getting attacked to Big Ben as identification. Technician would be appalled that opens doors without Wi-Fi, having to accept the terms and conditions first. Push on the floor and Muggins here to pick the fagons. Down the stairs, day after other people's rubbish. Tired, I'm dead on my feet. Smart watches, analog rubbish. No wonder it was done next to this scrap heap. Digital duty calls, good luck. A wristwatch in here, like bringing a packed lunch to a royal banquet. Favorite gear, monsters. That piece, the machinery looks like a toothless old man. Let's chat some more. Its time doesn't repair itself. News cog, a key piece in the crime against our greatest national treasure. British punctuality. Applies to everything but public transport. Keys, I'm a clockmaker's apprentice, not a locksmith's. I've never been near that handrail in my life. I just want to keep my job and my sanity. Another clue. Do try to use your head, detective. But I'm not finding another way to get clues. Or I must be just missing something. Anyway. The clockmaker believes sabotage. Either he saw the clock hand or he noticed the counterweights. The apprentice saw the shaft vibrate. Guard did not see sparks. The officer saw a reflection and noticed the locks. The guard believes short circuit and reported there. If whoever believes in short circuits or the clock hand, they noted cables. Because the guard did not see sparks. Either he saw the clock hand or he noticed the counterweight. The clockmaker saw neither the clock hand nor sparks, but the movement to the left. And whoever noticed the locks had failure. If whoever noticed the gear perceived neither error nor failure, someone believed in jamming the counterweight, the officer reported doubt. If not, the apprentice reported doubt. Whoever reported doubt believes jamming, then the clockmaker reported confusion. If not, the officer reported... Okay. Whoever saw the shaft vibrate believes in jamming or failure. If whoever... Okay, then the clockmaker reported confusion. Okay, that one should... Whoever saw the shaft vibrate is in jamming or in failure. I don't know why that's not gone green. Whoever noticed the gear perceived neither error nor failure. Okay, it went green, but I think it went green too early, so... The gear, the cables, the panel, symphony of chaos, but which note set off this catastrophe? The report saying the main counterweight was forced to roll made by hand. Of course, now explain it as if I were 5. It doesn't break the clock, it just hiccups and repeats the last minute cycle. A turn back time. It finds a way. Which vindicates the guard's raving of all things. It was a conjuring trick, trying to turn us the top hat charlatan behind it all. I don't know who this is, this one. The statements cross-reference show that each mechanism reacted to a reverse movement of the main counterweight forced by hand. With that, the illusion was born that the clock could turn back time. Final stage. And 2 hours. Not bad. Or nearing them. Force shaft, the fixed time, the deleted cameras, everything converges to the same point. The apprentice, he tried to correct his own mistake and ended up locking time for good. He set the clocks to 0:117 as if he could pretend the time didn't move on and attacked my uncle to erase what he did. Fear made him try and stop time. Perfect irony for someone who lives surrounded by gears. The report closes the case. I'll be retiring soon. This opens the door at the yard for Sergeant. They said your name would fit well. The title's heavy, Sergeant, but no more than responsibility it carries. Fair enough. Since the first case, you've never looked for culprits. You look for meaning. And I find it. Town doesn't go back, but it teaches us to listen. And we learn now. Let's listen to the ticking in a different way. This book is like the Sergeant's mind, full of potential but nothing inside. Lock without a code. I'll try my locker one. 1887. Cat. Whoop. Great cat detective. Gather them all. Do I get a new clock? Or just bad luck? Excellent for hauling something heavy like the Gulch of Roar is responsible for all this. Everywhere I walk, I bump into these losers. Could be a ball part, so that thing bell part, so that thing finally stops ringing. Come along, detective. I'm not doing overtime. I am Padlock. What century is it? Swap all these bits for a data center and something cranked. LED panels. Do you have an accusation, or may I get back to writing code? This hook is sinister. Could it have been pirates? And they could have come through the window. It all fits. Okay, I think my brain needs a rest. Of course, you may search the boxes, detective. Just put everything back where it was. Oh, nothing like culture and TikTok to mend my mind. So much precision, yet the criminal still prefers the below-to-the-head method. Look where they left the tweezers. Unbelievable. Working under suspicion ruins my focus, you know. We're done. I need chamomile tea and something calming. Hurry up, the end of this case means the start of my day off. But then it gives me like 9 clues, and I'm like, surely I should get more clues from looking around and poking at things. Ugh, the apprentice forced the shaft if the apprentice forced the shaft if the technician corrected the system, but if the technician protected the system, then the apprentice triggered the lock. If the apprentice did not trigger the lock, then the guard triggered the lock and the apprentice feels fear. Either the technician forced the shaft or the officer isolated the area. The clocks were not observed by the technician and nothing was corrected or observed by the officer. The apprentice adjusted the parts and his motive was trust. And the guard sounded the alarm. Observed. Protected. Correct. The apprentice adjusted the parts in his motive will not trust. The guard said, right, okay. If the apprentice forced the shaft. If the guard corrected the system. There we go. The apprentice did not trigger the lock, then the guard triggered the lock. And the apprentice feels fear. Either the technician forced the shaft, or the officer isolated the area. The components were not isolated then by the technician. It could only have been an unexpected failure. Whoever was involved was the victim, but it prevented nor lost access. If the items were not protected by the victim, then he passed out. Either whoever forced the shaft misaligned the mechanism using the tool, or whoever corrected the failure triggered the... Okay, no, so... misaligned... using the tool... If whoever corrected also suffered from unexpected failure, then they have neither the key nor the... so they have the log. Okay. Alright, if either the officer has the door or the guard has the lock. Maybe then the officer has the door, the guard has the key. Whoever the key followed the protocol and neither lost nor prevented access. If someone interrupted the energy and followed the protocol, then whoever unexpected failure has responsibility and access was not prevented. Whoever lost access has responsibility, and whoever prevents access is neither fear nor trust. Okay. They're all green. Confirm. Then he attacked my uncle to cover up the mess, all out of dread of a telling off. Your uncle must be a hard taskmaster. The apprentice, he tried to fix his own blunder and ended up murdering London's mainspring. The shaft forced the hour fix, the camera's dark. Someone who knows the tap. It was all the delicacy of a bull in a china shop. Since the very first case, you've never hunted with the guilty, you've hunted with the true. Are you a pen pusher? That uniform would rob me of all my irresistible charm, but thank you for the insult. Case closed. I hate to admit it, but you're a really great detective. I think that's what it said. The truth is, time flies and I'm famished, and according to Big Ben, it's already time for 5 o'clock tea. London News. Apprentice arrested for killing time. In the end, it was the apprentice trying to fix one mistake, he made everything worse. Then, fearing discovery, he attacked the clockmaker and faked the system, failure to cover his tracks. The crime against time was a desperate attempt to hide a human error. And that's why you should just own up to your mistakes, because it would be a lot less, you know, shitty consequences. Alright. Try code mini mall. That's actually a 1. Alright. Poplar type. Difficulty. Well, okay, so we have unlocked that. Right, so case solved, code 4 of course. We did 3 cases there. Oh, I've gotten it stuck. I'm just not going back. Okay. Queen knows you a cup of tea. My 6. I've got pigeons. Fieldwork 999. Secret files. Okay. Right. Well, I'm gonna leave it there because it won't let me go back. And I'm done with the stream, so I will try and figure out what the next step is there. But I enjoyed that. Not 9 achievements. And petted several cats. So, case solved, the London files. Thank you to Ideate Xbox. For the code for today, thank you all for being here. I feel a bit better, but still absolutely exhausted. So, I'm back on Thursday with Secrets of Valendar Castle Escape Room, I think. That's what I've got prepped, so that's probably what I'm doing. But anyway, I'm exhausted. I will catch you all later. I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK.